So this is the Beats Pill, and just like the Bose Soundlink Max that we recently checked out, I really appreciate that the speaker feels super premium. I really like that you can use its USB-C port to charge your own devices, and this speaker has a very long battery life. But for me, it is very hard to justify this speaker due to its price to performance ratio. Nonetheless, if you're thinking about picking up the Beats Pill, let's see what this speaker is all about. So first, there's price. The Beats Pill has a retail price of $150. Pretty up there if you ask me, but this is standard for Beats. They overpriced their products and shortly after they put them on sale for deep discounts, making you think that you got a deal. Now, I'm not saying that Beats is the only brand that does this, but I do feel that they do it the worst here. Nonetheless, if you want to pick this speaker up, it'll be linked down below, or you can always press on the YouTube shopping button, but I can only recommend this speaker if it is heavily discounted. And if you want to further support the channel, pick up a Big Head approved hat, link down below. We've got trucker hats and snapbacks. By buying a hat, you help the unbiased and unsponsored videos coming, and it also helps us cover more products and produce more versus videos. Thank you to everyone who's already bought a hat, and look out for more designs coming soon. And also, please remember to hit that like button and let's get subscribed. So first, there's the design of this speaker. Now, the Beats Pill is a little larger than your Flip 6 and Alt 1, but it is smaller than your Charge 5 or Boom 2. The speaker is very easy to take on the go with you because it's small and it can easily fit in your backpack or water bottle holder, and it also has a built-in strap. The only thing is, this strap is not elastic and there's no clasp to it. But in general, the Beats Pill is a very premium feeling speaker thanks to its metal grill on the front, and the rest of the body is covered in silicone. Plus, the increased density of this speaker just makes it feel that much more premium. But this speaker not only feels premium, it's also very durable, and it's also rocking an IP67 rating, which means that it's both dust and water resistant. So the Beats Pill is a very well-built speaker, and I really like that. And when it comes to battery life, it has an advertised battery life of 24 hours. Very impressive. However, this advertised battery life of 24 hours is with this speaker playing at 50% volume. And this speaker is a little quiet for its size and price, especially in 2024, and it doesn't have all that much bass. So this is a speaker that you're going to want to use at a higher volume on a regular basis. And real-world use with this speaker playing at 90% volume is good for around 9 hours of playback time. Now, in order to charge the speaker, it charges via a USB-C port, as it should. So you can easily charge this speaker with your phone's charger, and you're gonna have to because the speaker does not come included with a wall adapter, just a USB-C to USB-C charging cable. But something that I really like about this speaker is that you can use its USB-C port to charge your own devices, which I feel is super useful, especially if you plan on taking the speaker to the beach with you. But unfortunately, this USB-C port is the only port that you'll find on the speaker because there is no audio jack, and this is actually pretty standard for speakers of this size now. However, you can use this USB-C port as a wired connection. But when it comes to wireless connectivity, the Beats Pill is using Bluetooth 5.3, and it can be connected to either iOS or Android devices. There are no custom Apple chips that you have to worry about here. However, if you pair this speaker up to an iOS device or your iPhone, you're going to be able to easily hot swap between any of your other Apple devices associated to your iCloud account. But more importantly, latency is not an issue for this speaker, so you can use it to watch videos with on your phone. And when it comes to audio codecs, the Beats Pill has support for SBC and AAC, which is standard for many Beats products. But now let's talk about sound. The Beats Pill has a single front-firing woofer, and it has a single front-firing tweeter. Now, a woofer and tweeter setup like this is good because it helps give this speaker better instrument separation, because the tweeter handles the highs and the woofer handles the mids, like this.
I feel this vibe goes from my heart right to my fingertips. My fingertips. Oh, I need you to tell me now how much you're into me.
So like you may have just seen, the tweeter handles the highs and the woofer handles the mids. However, something that's really missing on this speaker are passive radiators. So the bass on this speaker is lacking. Now Beats says that the woofer should be able to handle the bass, but the speaker sounds pretty bright. But so that you can hear for yourself, we're going to go ahead and jump into the sound test. All of these speakers are playing at 92% volume and they're all playing with their stock EQs.
My city's gonna tell you the tale. Everyone was left in the veil. My time won't come to an end. Take a look around, it's a war zone. The damage is already done. Take a look around, it's a war zone. The damage is already done. Take a look around and keep your guns high. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. And I'll be fighting for my life, so keep your guns high. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. And I'll be fighting. I'm bad to the bone. Got blood on my knees. I'm bad for my life, I'm fighting. Yeah, I'm bad to the bone. Got blood on my knees. I'm bad for my life, I'm fighting. The ash came burning down. No, you won't hear a sound. The screaming bottled within. Take a look around and keep your guns high. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. And I'll be fighting for my life, so keep your guns high. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. And I'll be fighting. And I'll be fighting for my life, so keep your guns high. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. And I'll be fighting for my life, so keep your guns high. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. And I'll be fighting.
So in the sound test, I decided to use last gen speakers like the JBL Flip 5 and the Sony XB23. The Flip 5 has a single front-mid-firing woofer and dual passive radiators that shoot out the sides, and the Sony XB23 has dual front-mid-firing woofers and dual passive radiators that shoot out the sides. So hands down, the Beats Pill has better instrument separation than these last gen speakers because they both lack a tweeter for the highs. However, these two last gen speakers have more physicality in their bass than the Beats Pill because the Beats Pill lacks those passive radiators. And then there's the max volume performance of this speaker. The Beats Pill gets decently loud, don't get me wrong. However, the Beats Pill doesn't get as loud as it should for a speaker of this size and price in 2024. And with this speaker, if you use it while it's plugged in, you are not going to get a performance boost out of it. So overall, I really appreciate how open this speaker sounds. However, it does sound bright because it doesn't have a whole lot of bass to it because it's missing those passive radiators. And finally, let's talk about pairing the speaker up with other speakers. Now, with the Beats Pill, if you have another Beats Pill, then you can wisely pair them up and either get them to play in left or right stereo mode, or you can get them to play in sync. And this type of feature is great, especially if you plan on taking these speakers to the beach with you, because this way you can cover a larger area with sound without having to use your speakers at a higher volume and drain their battery life faster that way. But for right now, if you plan on growing your collection of speakers, I don't recommend the Beats Pill because you only have one option. So we'll have to wait and see if Apple/Beats releases more speakers in the near future. But finally, the Beats Pill has a built-in microphone, so if you want, you can take phone calls with this speaker. Now, a lot of other speakers have removed their microphones because not a lot of other people use them, and I never take phone calls with my speaker, but it's there if you want it. And for reference, the Beats Pill is about 3 feet away from me and sitting on a tabletop. So again, it's there if you want it, but this is a feature that I never really use on any of my speakers. But with all that being said, like I mentioned at the top of this video, I really appreciate that the Beats Pill has amazing build quality. I like its long battery life, and I like that you can charge your own devices with its USB-C port. However, for me, it is hard to justify the speaker because of its price to performance ratio. The speaker sounds very open, which is great, but it lacks bass. And for its size, the Beats Pill doesn't get as loud as you'd expect. I can only recommend the Beats Pill if it is heavily discounted. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit the like button and get subscribed. If you want to pick any of the products up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And you know I can be very particular, so I'll only slap my name on something if I'm really proud of it.